Hey everybody, welcome back to Brainiac Baseball's 1983 Detroit Tigers season replay. Today's matchup is between the Detroit Tigers and the Boston Red Sox at Fenway Park. On the mound for the Tigers today is Tom Filer, whose record is 3-1 with a 4.21 ERA. And pitching for the Red Sox today is Oil Can Boyd, whose record is 7-3 with a 4.21 ERA. And so the losing streak continues. We lost our 7th game in a row yesterday. At least it was interesting. We lost on a wild pitch in extra innings. And so, you know what? We just have to turn the page. We took a day off yesterday. You know what? I gave the team the day off, let them clear their heads. Not like in real life, I guess, where the Tigers lost to the White Sox 13-0 yesterday and had a closed-door meeting afterwards. We're not to that point yet. Losing 7 in a row is pretty rough, but if you just take a second to look at the standings here, you'll see that we're still number 1 in home runs. We're number 1 in stolen bases. We have the 3rd best ERA in all of baseball. And the Dodgers have lost 7 in a row. And yet they still hold the best ERA in all of baseball. And so, you know what? We have to be positive during this stretch. And with, 7 losses, that doesn't look good. But we're just 1 win away from breaking that streak, right? And keeping things moving in a positive direction. So let's go ahead and get started with today's game. As always, I appreciate everyone following along. Like and or subscribe to the channel, please. Tom Filer making the start today. Limited duty against the Red Sox. Only 8 plate appearances, at least noted so far. And everyone is rested, so the bullpen is good to go. You see our ERAs are jumping up, including Roger Weaver, who gave up some big runs yesterday. And our lineup today versus Oil Can Boyd, who is a right-hander. So we've, had to adapt because of Chet Lemon being out for the season. So as I mentioned before yesterday's game, Rickey will be our center fielder from here on out. Gibson will get the start in left field unless we're playing against left-handers. And although Glenn Wilson has struggled versus righties, for defensive purposes, he will start in right field and quite possibly be lifted for a pinch hitter, either Kevin Bass or Eddie Miller, depending on the situation. So let's go ahead and do the official Tigers lineup rundown for today's ball game. Batting leadoff, playing second base, is Sweet Lou Whitaker. Batting second in center field is Rickey Henderson. Batting third and DHing is Greg Brock. Batting cleanup, playing third base, is Mickey Hatcher. Batting fifth, playing first base, is Eddie Murray. Batting sixth and catching today is Terry Kennedy. Batting seventh, playing shortstop, is Alan Trammell. Batting eighth in left field is Kirk Gibson. And batting ninth in right field is Glenn Wilson. Let's take a look here at Oil Can Boyd making his 14th start. This is his career high 14th start. He's 7-3 with a 4.21 ERA, 62 strikeouts in 98 and a third innings pitched. Opponents are batting .291 against him. His fastball tops out at 90 miles an hour. He is a ground ball pitcher, well, just an average ground ball pitcher, 43% of the time. 2 excellent pitches, his fastball and his curve. His secondary pitches are pretty decent too, a slider and changeup, both just below 80. He is rated 94 overall at only 23 years old. He goes to arbitration next year. And I want to say he pitched really well in his last start. Am I wrong? Well, he did get a no decision against Detroit, going 7 innings, giving up 5 runs on 9 hits, no walks, and 9 Ks. He's also started against Detroit 2 other times, another no decision, giving up 12 hits, and another no decision. So he's only had 3 no decisions this season, and all of them have come against Detroit. So that's kind of an interesting note. Okay, there is the Red Sox defense with Dennis Littlejohn behind the plate. He's got a great arm, rated a 94. Gold Glovers at second base and in center field. Here is Sweet Lou leading off against Oil Can Boyd. He does have a home run in his career against Boyd. Starts off with a sharply hit ground ball to short, and Smalley makes the play. One down. Next up is Rickey Henderson. Henderson, a little bit of a slump. Average is down to now 270. Grounding out to Barrett at second base. Here is Greg Brock. And Brock rips it down the right field line off of the, was that Pesky's pole out there in the right field? And Brock has himself a double. That is his fourth double on the season. And a runner in scoring position for Mickey Hatcher. I don't know where we would have been without Hatcher. Yesterday, he got off to a slow start in that ball game. Finished 2 for 5 and drove in 3 runs. Both times giving us the lead and a chance to win. Here he rips it into the gap in left center field. It will be caught on the run by Fred Lynn for out number 3. So we go to the bottom of the first inning. Let's take a look at the Red Sox lineup rundown. Batting leadoff and catching today is Dennis Littlejohn. Batting second at second base is Marty Barrett. Batting third, playing third base is Wade Boggs. Batting cleanup, playing first base is Pat Dodson. Batting fifth in right field is Yvonne Calderon. Batting sixth in left field is Jim Rice. Batting seventh and DHing is Clint Hurdle. Batting eighth in center field is Freddie Lynn. And batting ninth, playing shortstop, is Roy Smalley. Let's take a look at the defiler. Tom Filer making his 12th start on the season, 3-1 overall with a 4.21 ERA. More walks than strikeouts. Opponents are batting .250 against him. His fastball tops out at 90 miles an hour. Ground ball percentage right around 48%. His fastball, really his only decent pitch, rated an 82. His slider, just below average at 78. He's got a curveball he mixes in occasionally. Overall rated a 77, and he goes to arbitration next year in 1984. So let's take a look at his game logs. He's made 3 starts against Boston. So it's kind of hard to believe he's only had 8 plate appearances. I don't know why it's not computing, but no decision in his last start. That was back on the 12th of this month. Not a terrible performance considering his walk to strikeouts there. And then he had a relief appearance on May 21st, and then he made a start back on April 12th, going 6 innings, giving up 2 runs on 5 hits. So, not terrible against the Boston Red Sox. Let's take a look at the Tigers' defense. Gold Glove in center field, and first and second with Murray and Whitaker. Terry Kennedy behind the plate with only an 81 rated on, although he's been pretty damn good this year defensively. Okay, here's Dennis Littlejohn leading off, batting .284 with 8 home runs. And a base hit up the middle. Tigers immediately go into panic mode as the leadoff man is on. 84 speed, kind of speedy for a catcher. I can't imagine that's realistic, but who knows at this point with Marty Barrett one down, nobody out, runner at first. Flies out to left field. There's out number 1. That's going to bring up Wade Boggs. Boggs averaged just above 300, batting .303 with 4 home runs. Laces it to left field on a line, falls in for a hit. Littlejohn takes third. First and third with 1 down. We're going to pull the infield in. We cannot afford to give up a single run. Cleanup hitter Pat Dodson up. He's a rookie, batting only .215 with 4 home runs and a walk. To load the bases for Yvonne Calderon, who now pushed in, kind of earned the everyday duty in right field, batting .337 We're going to play back. We'll give up a run for a potential double play with poor base runners at first and second. First pitch swinging to first base. Murray turns the double play. A 3-6-3 double play, and the Tigers can take a breather here. We go to the top of the second. No score. Eddie Murray leading off. Murray 0 for 5 in his career against Oil Can Boyd. Popping it up on the infield. And looks like Barrett will make the catch. One down. Next up is Terry Kennedy. He had a big home run yesterday, getting the Tigers on the board. Striking out looking against Boyd. The first K for Oil Can. 2 down. And Trammell hits a sharp grounder to first, and that'll do it for the Tigers. Moving on to the bottom half of the second with Jim Rice leading off. Rice batting .327 with 9 home runs. Filer strikes him out swinging on a fastball inside. 1 down. Here's Clint Hurdle, the left-hander batting .219. Pops it up on the infield between first and second. And looks like Whitaker makes the catch. 2 quick outs for Filer. And Freddie Lynn steps in, hits a sharp ground ball to Whitaker, and that'll do it. So a good bounce back inning as Filer gets a 1-2-3 bottom of the second. We head to the top of the third. Gibby leading off. We've dropped Gibby down to the 8th spot in the lineup. He's batting .259 with 8 home runs. Routine ground ball to third as Boggs throws him out. There's 1 down. Glenn Wilson, Kennedy and Wilson went back-to-back in yesterday's game. A rare home run for Wilson versus a right-hander. And he goes oppo on a line to right, and it does fall in for a hit. We are not going to go for 2. We'll take the base hit. And we'll let Whitaker take a cut. We were not going to hit and run. We had 2 missed hit and runs yesterday in crucial situations. One resulted in a stolen base. The other was a strike him out, throw him out. There we go. Base hit over the first baseman's head. Wilson goes to third. First and third for Rickey Henderson. 1 down, and I do want to hit and run in this situation. Do whatever we can to get on the board, get a little team confidence. He strikes! Oh no, he just misses, and Whitaker steals second. Man, why are we so terrible with the hit and run? That is Whitaker's 6th stolen base on the year. He's 6 for 9 now. And we have 2 runners in scoring position, so we're going to hit to the right side. Now, in theory, Wilson does not have to go on a ground ball to the right side, and his speed is not very good, but maybe we can catch him napping here. That was a ground ball to first. Wilson does go, and the Tigers take the lead on the, I guess, do you call that a fielder's choice? So an RBI, nonetheless, for Henderson, and Whitaker advances to third. 2 down, here's Greg Brock. And Brock lifts it to left field, and it gets past the left fielder, Rice, for a base hit. Another run scores, and it's 2-0 Detroit. We're going to hold Brock to a single. Tigers have a 2-run lead here, which feels comfortable at the moment. And a base hit from Hatcher into left field. Okay, we are putting a good rally together against Boyd. He's given up 5 hits now, and arguably our best hitter, Eddie Murray, at the plate. 0 for 6, though, in his career versus Boyd. He just cannot handle that curveball as he strikes out swinging. We'll take the 2-run lead, headed into the bottom of the third. Roy Smalley leading off. Smalley, Littlejohn, and Barrett. Smalley leading the American League in batting average. Hits a ground ball to second. There's one down. Filer, 4 consecutive outs. As Dennis Littlejohn steps in, he led off the ball game with a base hit up the middle. Here he hits it high on the infield, caught directly behind second base by Trammell for out number 2. So that's going to bring up Marty Barrett. 2-2 count to Barrett, and he pops it up almost in the exact same spot. Whitaker will make the catch on this one, and we go to the top of the 4th. So Filer looking good so far today. After that first inning jam, we go to the top of the 4th with Terry Kennedy leading off. It's Kennedy, Trammell, and Gibby. Kennedy, ground ball to third. Boggs throws him out. Boyd at 50 pitches here with one down in the 4th. Trammell up next. Oh, did Trammell just go deep? He's got to get it past that triangle out in right center field, and he hits a home run, his 9th on the season. And the Tigers have a 3-run lead. Trammell had a 20 home run season in our first sim year, and then injuries have kept him from duplicating that. Maybe he'll get a shot this year if we can keep him healthy. Gibby goes to left field for a base hit. That could be a double. Do we want to go for 2? You know, we're not going to go for 2 because Jim Rice, despite having a below average arm, always seems to be among the league leaders in outfield assists. So we're going to hold Gibby to a single. We're not going to attempt to steal against Littlejohn. We are going to hit and run. And fingers crossed, Wilson can make contact. There we go. It's right at the shortstop, though. Gibby will advance to second as the only play is to first. And that will give Whitaker an opportunity to drive in the 4th run. And a sharply hit ground ball from Whitaker to Barrett, and that will do it. So we do get a run on the board on the solo shot from Trammell. We head to the bottom of the 4th inning. A couple of lefties leading off the bottom half with Boggs up first. Oh, a little pause in the game here for some reason. Thinking about it. There we go. Not sure what that's about, but as long as the result is an out, I don't care. There we go. Ground ball to we'll take any delay as long as it results in an out and not the game crashing. One down. Here's Pat Dodson. Dodson, a grounder to second. 2 quick outs from Filer, and that is, 6, 7, 8 outs in a row. And another grounder to Whitaker, and another 1-2-3 inning. So Filer looking good. We go to the top of the 5th inning with Rickey Henderson leading off. Henderson hits a high fly ball into right center field. Play is made by Calderon. One down. Here's Greg Brock. Brock 2 for 2 today. A double and with an RBI. Ground ball to short. There's the second out of the inning. That's going to bring up Mickey Hatcher, looking to keep the inning alive. Base hit into right field. That's the second hit for Hatcher today. Sticky Mickey, you can always count on him. And then a base hit that gets past the Gold Glover Barrett into right center field. Hatcher holds at second. Not sure why he's not on third base. Should have been going on contact. Well, I guess it was only 86 feet, right? So in theory, that's just barely beyond second base. So I guess that makes sense. So, okay, runners on first and second for Terry Kennedy. Kennedy 0 for 2 with a strikeout today. sawed off ground ball to third, and that's going to do it. So we're going to go to the bottom of the fifth inning. We got Jimmy Rice leading off, followed by a couple of left-handers. Filer only at 37 pitches. Now, yesterday I pulled Andahar out of the ball game in the sixth inning, not wanting to let him face the left-handed Blue Jay hitters. And in retrospect, that kind of feels like a mistake. As Rice gets a base hit to right, only the third hit for the Red Sox, and that breaks the consecutive out streak for Filer. And now we have these lefties coming up, starting with Clint Hurdle. Base hit up the middle. All right. First and second. Fifth inning has been Filer's inning of destruction. It's first and second. That's why he's got a 3-1 record. And all those no decisions, because we really just never get him through this inning. And there's a base hit to center. That'll lead to the first run for the Red Sox today. We're going to pull the outfield in now with Roy Smalley up. He's got a .402 on base percentage versus right-handers. And there's a pop-up on the infield right in front of Filer. Kennedy steps out to make the catch. He's out number one. Next up is Dennis Littlejohn. I know we've usually panic in this situation, but we have to show some faith in Filer. As Filer gets Littlejohn to pop up to Whitaker. Whitaker makes the catch. We really want to get Barrett here. Now, Barrett, his power is 74, and yet he's got 10 home runs. So we're going to play this. We're going to play the ratings on this one and pull the outfield in. We're going to fly in the face of convention and play the outfield, try to prevent a base hit from scoring a run. He gets some pretty good wood on it to right field. Wilson has to hustle back and make the catch. So we relinquish only one run in the inning. We head to the top of the sixth. Alan Trammell leading off. No run lead is safe. So we need to get something manufactured here in the sixth. There we go. Base hit for Trammell to lead off. Let's take a look at the in-game stats. That's 10 hits for Detroit. Come on. There we go. 10 hits for the Tigers. And yet we hold on to just a tenuous 2-run lead. Player of the game so far might be Trammell. He's 2 for 3 now with that home run, which gave us the lead. Okay, so Gibby up. Man, I would love to steal, but having that strong arm catcher, just have to give Gibby a chance here to make something happen. Pops up to third. Now we'll hit and run with Wilson. One down, runner on first base. Glenn Wilson 1 for 2 today. Finally got his average over 200 versus righties. And a base hit sends it right back through the box. Trammell, even though that was a hit and run, holds at second. Makes sense. I mean, 3 gold gloves out there in center field. What do we do here with Whitaker? Now, Whitaker, he's batting 1 for 3 today, and he does hit righties pretty well, and he does hit Boyd well. So we're going to let him take a cut. The other option would be to make a sacrifice. Oh, there we go. That was a good call. Base hit down the right field line. Trammell scores. Whitaker goes to third. Wilson goes to third. Whitaker gets himself an RBI double, his 8th on the season, and we get that run back. Nicely done by Whitaker. Hitting is not our problem. Despite losing Chet Lemon and trading Andre Dawson, we seem to manage to come through in some tight situations. There's a ground ball to second. Wilson holds this time, maybe rightly so. So everyone remains at their station for Brock. And Henderson, by the way, 0 for 4 today. That is a blight on the team. That's going to bring up Greg Brock. Now, Brock is 2 for 3 with an RBI. He's got a double, and a ground ball to short will get the Red Sox out of the inning. We get the run back. We head to the bottom of the 6th. It's 4-1. Now, we've got 2 lefties coming up. Boggs, I am afraid of. Dodson, not so much. But I think we have to let Filer attempt to get us another inning here and give our bullpen as much of a break as possible. Yeah, no surprise as Boggs gets a base hit into left. Gibby gets it back in quickly to hold Boggs to a single. Okay, here's Pat Dodson. Now, Dodson's walked today. We're going to... Oh, shit. So, Dodson walks for the second time. And now, one swing of the bat can tie the ball game. Ivan Calderon certainly capable of doing that with a 94 power. We have to hope for a ground ball double play here. Nope. Sharply hit to center field. Catch is made by Henderson. Boggs will tag and go to third. We will sacrifice a run for a potential double play with Dodson in his slow speed and Rice, who's also below average. Let's see how this plays out. Another walk. God bless it. All right. Well, that's it. I mean, we cannot let these left-handers pitch, hit against a right-handed pitcher. That would be a mistake. We have to be smart about it, and we are desperate for a win. And we will bring in George Capizzello. He pitched in yesterday's game. Really the only Tiger that's kind of kept it together during this losing streak. He did give up a run versus Boston on the 12th, but otherwise has been mostly flawless. If you take a look here at his last 20 games, he's pitched 20 and 2/3 innings, striking out 17. He has taken a loss twice, which, I don't know. We have to look past that here. All right, there we go. Forgot to make the switch. And here's Cappy. Now he's going to face Clint Hurdle, batting 139 versus left-handers. But the one thing Hurdle does do well is he walks. Any base would be a double play candidate here. Here we go. Full count. Right down the middle. Ground ball to second. And a double play. Shoo, we make the right call. I'm going to take a drink here. I don't have any of the sauce today. I'm actually drinking some peach juice. Snapple. Yeah. I should have said peach schnapps. Okay. We go to the top of the 7th inning. We maintain the lead. Boyd still in the ball game despite giving up 12 hits. He's at 91 pitches. We need to work him over one more inning here. A ground ball from Hatcher. Just past Boyd's reach to short. Smalley makes the play. One down. That was a first pitch swing from Hatcher. That's what we can expect from him, though. Murray working the count a little bit with a base hit into center field. Nicely done. That will take Oil Can Boyd out of the game. 13 hits. I should say that's enough. And they're going to bring in John LaRose, who, if you remember right, I made fun of his mustache. I said his mustache was below average. And not to mention a little bit lopsided. Should probably end right about there. And then what did he do? He ended up getting the win in that ball game as Boston came back on us. So we're not going to make fun of anything LaRose related, but he is having a good year despite having low ratings in the ballgame. Okay, so Kennedy does not typically bat versus left-handers and does not have a hit. We are going to let him take a cut, though. Ground ball to second. That should be 2 to end the inning. It is. Oh, man, we go to the bottom of the 7th. 4-1 Detroit. And there's no reason to take Capizzello out here. Freddie Lynn hits lefties just as good as he hits righties, so may as well leave him in. Ground ball sharply hit to Whitaker. A lot of ground balls this game, as you might expect from the Tigers pitchers. There's out number one. Smalley, switch hitter, hits lefties worse than righties despite leading the American League in batting, so we may as well play this one out. Ground ball to Trammell. Out number two. And now we will take Cappy out of the game. We don't want him to face Littlejohn. We are going to bring in Roy Thomas. Not a good appearance. Oh no, he did walk a batter, right? Yeah, he did walk a batter. But maybe the only reliever to come out of that game unscathed yesterday. Although he only did pitch to two batters. So Roy Thomas steps in to face Dennis Littlejohn. And he hits a fly ball to center field. Henderson roams over and makes the catch. Okay, I'm building confidence as the game goes along. We've got Trammell, Gibby, and Wilson leading off against John LaRose. Here's Trammell batting .233 versus left-handers. Why is he not hitting well versus lefties? I do not know. Barely hitting better than Gibby. Gibson, we're going to let him bat. He's going to get mostly everyday duties even against left-handers. So let's see if he can't do something. There's a blooper into right center field. It falls in. Do we want to go for two? Now, it's actually, for some reason, I don't know why that is not Lynn's ball, but it's Calderon. That is enticing. But a 50-50 shot is really like 5% chance of being successful. So we are not going to go for it. We are going to hit and run for the third time with Glenn Wilson today. And he is 2 for 3. He hits lefties pretty decently. There we go. A comebacker to LaRose. That'll get Gibby over. That's as good as a sacrifice bunt, really. And he is in scoring position for Whitaker, who does handle left-handers well. Batting .308 versus lefties. And he pops it up. LaRose jams him high and inside. Tries to turn on it. Instead, just pops it up to second. And we are headed to the bottom of the 8th inning. Roy Thomas, we're going to leave him in there to face Marty Barrett. And then we're going to bring in Dave Rucker. So defensively, we're good. Here we go. Marty Barrett batting .311 on the season. Strikes out. Wow, that is a little bit of a surprise. That is only the second Tigers strikeout of the ballgame. Good job by Roy Thomas. And we are going to our setup man, our lefty setup guy, our loogie, if you will. Dave Rucker. Rucker, look at that. 2 innings pitched, 7 earned runs given up, 2 walks, only 1 strikeout, given up 5 hits, and took a loss. He only played in 1 game versus Toronto last series. This is his 32nd appearance. And I have no idea what to expect, but Boggs is only batting .219 versus lefties. So, oh, there we go. A strikeout of Wade Boggs. That is something to put on your mantle. And then Dodson hits a ground ball to second. Okay, we are feeling good about this game as we head into the 9th inning. Henderson leading off 0 for 4 with an RBI today. Facing the left-hander, John LaRose. Hey, a ground ball that gets just past the glove of Boggs at third, and Henderson is on. So every Tiger has a hit today, except for Terry Kennedy. Greg Brock does not hit lefties well, but we're going to let him take a cut here. We're going to keep the status quo, and he gets plunked in the thigh. It was unintentional, I believe. 75-mile-an-hour curveball. First and second. That does set up a much easier double play with Henderson at second. And Hatcher at the plate, but Hatcher, he is a clutch hitter. Sticky Mickey hits it to deep center field. Henderson will tag, take third base easily. And now Eddie Murray has a chance here to give us an insurance run. We are going to hit and run with Murray, something he does well. Ground ball to short. Henderson will score. And it's 5-1 Detroit. Credit Murray with an RBI. And Kennedy does get a shot here to get a hit and give all the Tigers a hit today. Base hit up the middle. Will Brock score from second? I'm circling my arm. Oh, no, come on. Oh, man, why wouldn't you send him up 4 in the 9th inning? I don't know. 189 feet. Again, that is Fred Lynn out there, but I would have sent him. I was circling my arm like a moron. You should have seen it. It was spectacular, really. First and third, 2 down. It just gives Trammell a chance here to have an RBI. Ground ball to first. That should do it. Oh, it's an error by the first baseman, Dodson. Okay, well, we'll take anything at this point. We need as many runs as we can get. First and second. That is an unearned run. And Gibby already one hit against a left-hander today. Ground. Oh, another error by Barrett. Okay, all right, come on. I will gratefully take whatever I can get, but still, this is ridiculous. I do like Glenn Wilson in this situation, though. He's 2 for 4 on the day. And a comebacker to LaRose. There we go. That will do it. Tigers take a 6-1 lead into the bottom of the 9th inning. We are going to take out Dave Rucker. And we're going to bring in Roger Weaver. Now, this is a non-save situation, but after his performance in his last appearance, giving up 4 runs on 4 hits, 2 walks, we need to find out if this guy is going to make it as a closer to the end of the season. Now, he's only got 2 blown saves. He's better than most relievers in this sim, but we do have Dave Smith, who's chomping at the bit. So, bases are loaded. I'm sorry, bases loaded. Bases are empty here in the 9th. We have a 5-run lead and Ivan Calderon at the plate. There's a ground ball base hit up the middle. Oh, boy. All right. Leadoff man is on. Next up is Jim Rice. There's a ground ball to short. And a double play. There we go. So Weaver induces a ground ball double play, and we are down to our final out. Can we break the streak? Here's Clint Hurdle. Hurdle 1 for 3 today. And he strikes out, and the Tigers finally win. Handshakes, butt slaps, sloppy steaks. Tigers win 6-1. A big sigh of relief for everyone. We knew we weren't going to lose every game the rest of the way, but still, it feels good to put one in the win column. Let's take a look at the standings. That win, and coupled by a Yankee and Red Sox loss, gives us another game back on each of those 2 teams. National League. Now, the National League, I looked at earlier, and I wanted to mention this. The Mets have a 5.5 game lead, but look what they did. Dave Parker and now, Mookie Wilson, and now Dave Parker is in AAA with a .318 batting average. They put John Christensen, a rookie, in right field, who does have better ratings and probably a better future at this point. But so frustrating to see the game make those changes. I mean, in a way, I like that there is, some sort of accountability in the game for ratings. But you may remember that I did raise the setting that says stats over ratings to plus 20%. Now, what does that mean? I couldn't frickin' tell you. I have no idea. But I'm assuming that in some small way, it must allow for a statistical influence, a positive statistical influence to overcome the rating difference between those two players. Maybe that difference is not enough between an 81 and a 78 currently rated player. I don't know. But anyway, I thought it was of note. I did notice that earlier and thought I would point that out. So, okay, let's take a look at headline news. Brainiac Baseball, Daily Beat. What is James writing about today? Only one article, and that's that the Tigers won. Dennis Littlejohn did not score any runs. Oh, this is, once again, I guess maybe James is a little bit bored with the Tigers and decided to write mostly about the Red Sox. Tom Filer, he pitched 5 1/3 innings. He did get the win. That's nice. Give him 6 hits, 3 walks. Leadoff hitter, Sweet Lou, did well. And then we can't really read the whole article because James could not find any brevity in his article. We're going to move on to the transactions. People are retiring left and right. The Stegosaurus, Dave Stegman. This guy has broke his back so many times. He could just not stay healthy. He would be one of the better players in the National League, but unfortunately, he is going to be injured. I don't know who their center fielder is going to be. I'm kind of curious. Maybe we'll take a look as Steggy is out for the rest of the season. Lonnie Smith is going to miss 5 weeks for the Phillies. Also kind of interesting. And then we have two retirements. The Yankees' Roy Stager is going to retire, which makes sense because he has not played in the majors since our first Sim season in 1980. And then Steve Stone, old Stoney, is retiring, and he has not played since making a start for Minnesota. He was a free agent who did not sign this year. So, okay, let's pull up the box score and get out of here. Thanks for watching, guys. We get off the schneid with a 6-1 victory. Player of the game, this is a tough call. I would say Trammell. I believe he officially got the game-winning RBI as we're waiting for it to load here. Let's see what it says. No, it was Rickey with the great game-winning RBI. That's a weird thing. I don't feel like he deserves it, though. 5 RBI by different people. I feel like Trammell's home run that gave us the lead gave us a little bit of confidence. I think we're going to give it to Trammell and his home run. Good job by Filer. Fell apart there in the 6th inning. He goes to 4-1, which record is not indicative of his overall performance. But the bullpen, I think, by and large, having a shutout in relief, going 3 1/3 innings, really 3 2/3 innings is really what benefited the team. Oil Can Boyd takes the loss, giving up 13 hits. He goes to 7-4, and keeping the Red Sox with no home runs was a big deal too. No extra base hits at all. Okay, we're going to come back tomorrow with Game 2 of the 3-game series. I'm hoping to have some new Tigers baseball cards to implement into the game. And also, I am working on a really fun prize that I'm hoping I can announce tomorrow. So we shall see. But until then, everyone, have a great night.